Now, okay, I do actually have one way that I think I know what you might be describing if I'm thinking of it this way. Okay, so let's pretend here you got a ship, here you got your citadel. We'll have we'll pretend that's like deck number 2, and then whatever, you got your citadel down here. Here's like this is the good shit. This is the good space. And then you got basic deck stuff. So let's just label this. We'll say this, like, we'll pretend this is a battleship, right? We'll say that this is a 50mm deck. We'll say that this is 40mm, whatever. And then to get into the citadel, you have 100. Easy numbers, who cares? Your Hakuryu bombs get dropped, and they start coming in. So you've dropped your bombs, they've got a really good down angle, and they have 233mm of pen. So 233 minus 50, cool. Minus 40, cool. We're still north of it. Minus 100. Ultimately, 233 minus 190. We get through, goes through, boom, blows in the citadel. Awesome. You know, the pen checked out. Well, what if you had too much pen? What if instead of this, there was no middle deck, this was a cruiser, and then suddenly this cruiser had... we'll change this out to some like light cruiser, say, and we'll have 35mm, and then the deck is going to be like a 30. So that's what it'll be, and on the bottom here will be another 35. So if you're dropping with this extreme drop angle, say, you've got your 233mm of pen. Well, because this is so extremely sharp, we're not really adding any armor here. So it goes through the first one, goes through the next one, goes through the next one. So theoretically, you could rip through so quickly, drop out the bottom, and explode, because you'd overpen through the citadel out into the water. So if instead you dropped more at an angle like this, you dropped later in the drop, so you pitched it forward. Well, if we look at what this 30mm is, you know, if this is 30, but you're coming in at like this kind of angle, well then maybe this is more like 45. You know, well, we're just basic easy math here. Well, suddenly this goes up to 45, this goes up maybe half again, so this becomes, again, easy math, we'll say 52, another 52. So it's going to be more, but it's also going to be a longer travel time, because instead of this distance, it's now this distance, which is quite a bit further, you know, it's yay far, whatever. So if this was when the bomb exploded, you wrap this over, this is where the bomb explodes, because there's more distance. So if it primes off this, because there's more distance and there's also more armor to pen through, it's more likely you do not overpen the citadel and you pop in a light cruiser, because a light cruiser is going to be so lightly protected. That's probably what it's in reference to. If you drop really high, you have so much pen, you might blink, or plink, go right through and blurp into the water. That's probably what they were talking about.